fool. Oh, never mind. I could have just skipped NBA 2K16.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
Did all my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior. Got my
Controls are
back to the
so
end. My
hard.
offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious. I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flagrant foul. Your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless. Say it now. You slacking and goaltending. My actions are bone chilling. Got the home court advantage. I'm back on the road winning.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come
I gotta
from.
hold a city down anyhow. They gon' have to really bow. Totally dominate the game in front of any crowd. I keep it 100 while you only keep it 50 down. I could conquer any style. Victory is in me now. My time is now. Who said it was later? It comes natural. I got a competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming. They be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they been ducking me. You see lots of them running. Challenges I embarrass them. They a dime in a dozen. Full of fire just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it. You just lied to the public. I serve a purpose. You nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work. He ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only
done.
captain who's sailing this championship.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I have no favorite team. No Kings.
Check it out. Never knew a friend till I met a foe. Never knew pain till I met the game. Never had a real team that could win the rain. Never knew what a friend could do. Never knew I'd be bruised all black and blue. With my back to the wall. Scrap with my dogs. Rap with my dogs. Cat with my dogs.
I want this one.
Oakland, Los Angeles.
I think it's cheap. No.
Real homies never turn to run. Even if a youngster don't wanna pull it. Even if a youngster wanna meet the sun. We gon' rep to the death where the roots is from.
Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's getting so deranged. Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's getting so deranged. I'm with my homies, yeah. 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 I'm with my homies, yeah.
Real homies stand and struggle. I know you came to hustle, grit your teeth and clench your knuckles. We didn't come to fight, we came to get you. You won't live with me till we die, that's
I
how
don't get
homies
that.
ride. No need for consternation, gather the congregation. I'm rocking for my nation, to get that spirit raising. To all my cousins and my cliques, family and folks. We gotta ride out till we break up all them hundreds folks.
Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's getting so deranged. Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's getting so deranged.
pregunta. Oh yes.
Never knew chill till I met with beef. Never knew war till I met with peace. Never knew die till I came to rest. Got a couple real homies and they all the best. Never knew 'cause it's hard to watch. Seen a couple of my homies die up on the block with a and the vultures fly. And I watch for my life to stop. Hard to see in the cold night when it's cold at night and my soul in ice. Gotta be when I'm holding tight and I hold the lights. Get a vote the guys, but real homies never turn they back. My homies facing all these tracks. My homies all rapping mad. We rolling out like Cadillac.
Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Life feeling strange, 'cause this world's getting so deranged. Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Life
Pues
feeling strange, 'cause this world's getting so deranged. I'm with my homies, yeah. 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 I'm with my homies, yeah.
I don't know. Hair. This looks cool. No, I don't understand. Complete. Not the random team. Random team.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Let's talk about Klay Thompson. One of the best wings in the NBA. Might be the most complete shooting guard in the league. Most complete? What do you think?
I would have to say most complete. And, you know, what I really like about his game, especially playing next to Steph Curry, you know, when you play with a guy that has a little bit more, you tend to steal a little bit what they're doing. So, you know, his ball handling is definitely getting better. He can help with the playmaking duties. But what I love about this guy, he can score in a variety of ways.
His defense could be stifling at times, too. I mean,
he's a great two-way player.
He's a two-way player. But I don't know if I would give him the best two guard yet in the NBA. But he's in the rearview mirror of anybody who considered that, and James Harden probably would be the guy.
Stop it. He's better than James. Cut it out.
I tell you, James Harden carries teams, and Klay Thompson is on a team to help
won a championship?
That's help carried. That's all.
That is all. That's a good point. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Okay. Who's Stephen Curry? Oh no. He's not on the Kings side.
Hello, basketball fans. You've
They're
got it
acting
on
like
2K
he's so
Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Battle in the Western Conference, the Sacramento crowd hoping to watch their Kings come out on top. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, the Splash Brothers are the guards. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Barnes in at the small forward. And here are the Kings now after the miss from Stephen Curry. Shot clock at 5. Bellinelli dishes
Where
to
am I?
Cousins.
Oh yeah.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
Oh.
Sacramento on defense. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make
Where
the
am I?
postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006.
Wait,
and since then, they've
who
been
am I playing
rebuilding.
for?
That's the second longest
Meant like the
playoff drought in
Blues?
the NBA.
No.
And Bogut drops them both.
Well, if the Kings do make it back to the playoffs, you know they'll be dangerous. Their fans have been through so much the last few seasons. They really deserve to see a team in postseason contention.
To the paint. Cousins against Bogut. It's stolen by Green.
Oh. Where am I now?
The drive by Thompson. Nobody near Barnes. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Rondo with the ball.
Oh yeah.
To the left wing. Now here's McLemore, covered by Barnes, and stolen by Barnes. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. On the wing, Thompson. Curry passes to...
Controls. Options. What? Rookie.
Thompson, lots of room, and he hits the jump shot. Thompson's got his first pass.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He said a big part of their focus defensively will be on trying to contain Rudy Gay, adding he presents some challenges because he can shoot over the top and also he's a tremendous finisher inside. We've got to force him to that left hand.
How do I
but I'm hoping
shoot?
we won't have to double too much because they have plenty of other guys who can knock it down. Kevin, the challenges are full.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
And Steph Curry, not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined. And you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
Here's Thompson. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Kings trail by 8. Pass to Cousins. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
What? How do I shoot? Oh, controls. Gymshark. R? What? I don't have R. R1. Direction. Hold. Normal. Move and hold. Move and hold R, left, right, or
Here's Golden State now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Pass to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 6 points for Klay Thompson.
Who am I?
And for Stephen Curry, a value contract, but a growing list of endorsements. One of the top-selling jerseys in the league, his signature shoe deal. He's doing all right.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about it. He's got a Bible quotation on his wrist that says, "Love never fails." And that's how he approaches the game, with a true love and faith that his hard work is going to pay off.
Here's Rondo after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Cousins inside. Bogut on him. Kicks it out to Gay. 5 on the clock. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. The feed to McLemore. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for the Kings. The Warriors also with a sub. Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Curry kicks to Green. Back to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Pass to Spates. Shoots off the screen. That's good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Collison. Bellinelli dishes to Cousins. Collison, the pass to Gay. And Cousins
how do I
gets
shoot?
to Gay.
I forgot.
Shot clock at 6. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his...
Oh my God. I don't... What's R? R2?
First foul of the game.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Rudy Gay. Caron Butler is checked in for McLemore. And it's Anderson in for Bellinelli. Here is Caspi. Kicks to Collison. He dishes it to Kufis. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
No, I don't know how to.
What a pickup to get a guy like Carl Gregg on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Carl.
As did his son Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
I still don't. What the fuck? What does R mean? Is R1? Jump shot, move, hold R.
Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Draymond Green. 1:51 left in the first quarter.
Okay, who am I? Okay.
Butler against Iguodala. Spade sets a screen for Barbosa. Dishes it to Spates. 14 feet away. Here's Iguodala. They shoot again. Ezeli gets the bucket.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Okay.
Just watching Festus Ezeli out of Vanderbilt play. He's got the big body inside, moves pretty fluidly.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top.
Yeah, he does. He's
Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Good frame. He's sort of low down there. And what you said, the fact that he's fairly agile, makes him tough.
1:29 left in the first. The Kings trail by 14. Butler. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
No.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Here is Livingston.
You know, and Ezeli missing a lot of games with various injuries from the knee and ankle a season ago. He can be a quality rebounder and rim protector, but he's got to find a way to stay healthy.
Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Sacramento with the ball. Still without a basket in the game. Collison dishes to Koufos.
Go two.
Right wing. Back to Collison. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Kings moving the ball around. To the wing on the left. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
I don't get this. How the hell do I shoot?
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Iguodala outside. Offensive rebound. Ezeli.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
The Kings trail by 16. And there's the pass to Butler. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Collison kicks to Anderson. Butler against Iguodala. Butler passes to Caspi. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Oh, and here comes Iguodala all alone.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
What does R mean? Pop, pump, fake. Oh my.
Jam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
And we're 5-6 feet outside.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this Splash brother to let her rip.
What happened?
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut in at center, locking down the middle.
Was it R2 or L2? Two-hand dunk. R.
No, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Come on, Gay.
Green against Gay. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. You look at him physically, and Rudy Gay is the complete package at the small forward spot. Nothing holding him back.
You know, Kevin, he comes in at 6'8", has that solid frame, unbelievable athletic ability with the speed to go with that for a player of his height. He is a true talent. You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love, but I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch four-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
That free throw, no good. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value-utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
And he sinks the second.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Cousins against Bogut. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. Just 5 on the clock. Feeds it to Cousins. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Can I change controls? R. I know what R is. It's,
And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
Curry can't get it to go.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Cousins, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the
finally
rim.
know how to shoot.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins
yes,
had
triple
several
tap
triple-doubles, but with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man, for any man, as a matter of fact.
Oh my god, I finally found out. I can still win.
And here are the Warriors now. Curry with it. He's picked up by Rondo and finished off by Bogut.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And for Cousins, those 20-20-10 triple-doubles are an incredibly rare feat. First time, in fact, that we've seen that in the NBA since 2010.
And he was the first big man since the great Wilt Chamberlain to do it in back-to-back games. So Cousins is one of the rare big men who can do it all and has displayed that multiple times last season.
DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. But it wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future.
Curry kicks to Barnes, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Here's Gay. In the corner, it's Bellinelli with his first shot attempt. Good. He hits the jump shot. Warriors leading by 21. On the wing, Thompson. Good and Curry.
I actually want to know how to defend.
He gets the assist. Curry's got his 8th assist in the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Cousins dishes to Rondo. Here's Gay. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. Curry comes in for Rajon Rondo. For Sacramento, they have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
The Kings trail by 21.
Wait, I need to...
Outside Curry.
Come on,
deflects the pass and stolen by Barnes. The drive by Thompson. Curry passes to Bogut. Tries from 10, and he overshot that one, missing. Kings have gone nice 3 of 3 to start the second.
Why not defend?
Now the dish to Bellinelli. He feeds it to Cousins. Gay left side. Here's Bellinelli, guarded by Green. Red ball movement here by the Kings. 4 on the clock. Gay outside. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Some changes for Sacramento. Caspi, he's checked in for Cousins. Butler comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Collison in for Bellinelli. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Kicks it out to Barbosa. No good. AT that time from Curry. The Kings trail by 21.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
Oh!
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Butler dishes to Cauley Stein. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Maurice Spates.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
And the Kings making a change.
How to do jump shot.
Here.
But it says press R. And it doesn't say jump shot. Hold and move and hold R. Where?
Since checked in. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Hold R. Which this R?
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014 and proved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
Koufos checked in for Cauley Stein. Sacramento on defense. Livingston kicks to Barbosa. And stolen by Koufos. Butler against Iguodala.
No.
Anderson passes to Koufos.
Somebody.
Back to Anderson. Ball's knocked loose.
Oh,
Butler in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Anderson. 54 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And the slam dunk by Spates.
And that's how you make a steal count.
All I know is spin shot. What does R mean? You fucking stupid game. R. Why does it say? What's the what? Okay. Shooting type.
Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. I look like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Barbosa against Collison. The shot by Spates. Nobody around. Great look, but off the mark. Outside Butler. Pass to Caspi. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. 29 seconds left now here in the second. Livingston dishes to Barbosa. No one near him. And he's able to get it back. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Butler kicks to Anderson.
Score.
Left side Collison. Goes back up. Can't get it to go.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Warriors ahead, running away with it. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but in order for us to be a good team, everyone has to be on the same page, and we're doing it tonight.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, one of those intangibles you always look to.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
No, skip. No.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson. It was all about Golden State as the game got going. They ended up scoring 14 unanswered points, really doing damage early. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K
They won by
Sports
a
crew.
lot. No, not halftime show. Fuck off, halftime show.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, he's playing just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Ben McLemore is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Cousins in its center. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. That's good.
Plays like that, the hustle plays on the backboard, the second chance points that have really caused problems all day for the defense.
The fuck?
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level, was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one.
Another defensive move.
Reason why he ended up being the MVP.
Oh. Pass.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Goes up on the wing. McLemore, no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Barnes can't get it to go. For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. From deep. Sacramento gets it back. Here's Cousins. The shot no good. Great D that time from Green.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Rondo with the steal. And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop. Cousins missing again. The Warriors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Curry kicks to Green. Passes it to Bogut. Back to Green. Bellinelli pulls it in.
That's clearly a lack of composure going up for that shot. I mean, we've seen it happen to him before.
He kicks it to McLemore. Puts it up. Sacramento again missing. Curry passes to Green. And again, no good by Golden State. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense You know, G, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season. And some nights, the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And some changes here for the Kings. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for McLemore. And Curry subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Thompson is double. Curry wide open. Shot is no good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs. You know, once he crosses half court, you need to stay awake because he can drop it from deep.
No doubt. He is a threat from anywhere.
To the inside. Bogut. And he takes that one up and power.
I want to hand dunk as well. But, like... So... R, I don't know what that means. So... It's probably R. But 2-hand dunk. R2. Okay. Okay, shoot it.
Here's it through.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close. And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Curry dishes to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Curry's shot is off.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
Is about right. Because I still can't figure that one out.
No, and I see no birds up there.
No.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships, at Michigan State 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Butler, he's checked in for Cousins, and it's Collison in for Bellinelli. Game.
You know, Kevin, this has been a much better effort from them here in the second half compared to the first. I just don't think they were intense enough in that first half.
It's taken away by Collison to end the run. And Butler gets it to go on the assist from Cauley Stein. And here's a little known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong.
And for 3, Collison, the shot no good. Curry with some nice D. Warriors have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Takes the 3. Good. Curry's got 7.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
There's 1:17 left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Curry. Lets it go from the wing. And stolen by Spates. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Iguodala, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Kufis checked in for Cauley Stein. Caspi comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's James Anderson in for Curry. Second free throw, no good.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
So it's the Warriors now.
There.
Spades with a screen on Butler. The feed to Spades. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Spades has got 8 points. And for Iguodala, some have said he's unselfish card to a fault.
Yeah, and you know, a great athlete and ball handler, I think he could be much more aggressive looking to attack off the dribble. He's really unique, though, a player who puts his emphasis on the defensive end and does a really good job at that end of the floor.
Pass to Livingston. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he gets the bucket.
Come on. I wanna do this. But what does R mean?
Azili's got his second bucket.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
McLemore's checked in for Sacramento.
Oh.
And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 12 seconds left to play in the third. There's the pick. Livingston kicks to Barbosa. Another three for Golden State.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop at an eye.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know.
This is R. Okay.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, we've got Rush. Barbosa is out there with Livingston. Then there's Festus Ezeli, and it's McAdoo in a power forward.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And he gets the bucket.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
The Kings making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Kicks to Livingston. It's Leandro Barbosa on the wing. And it's good assisting on the play with Livingston. Livingston's got 6 assists in the game. The Kings shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. On our old partner, Steve Kerr also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars, and Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, and Steve has that.
Excellent point. He dishes it to Azili. Nice shot by McAdoo.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
The foul called on Festus Ezeli. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. He took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Butler, he's checked in for Sacramento. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Anderson against Barbosa. Koufos with the block. Barbosa passes to McAdoo. And Kosta Koufos picks up the foul.
That's his second personal foul.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. To the inside, Livingston. Raise it up and in on the nice reverse.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Quincy Aces checked in for Kosta Koufos. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Livingston dishes to Rush. They set the pick. Curry brings the double, and Rush kicks to Livingston. Here's McAdoo. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Curry, and that's going to be a travel.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
And, Greg, if they continue to make those kinds of mistakes, then this game could turn even more south on them, and sour.
Here is Livingston. Floats one up. It's blocked.
Oh.
And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. The Warriors pull it in.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
And James Anderson is going to pick up a foul. And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates comes in for James Michael McAdoo. And it's Iguodala in for Brandon Rush. Barbosa passes to Iguodala. That drops.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
A nice shot by Anderson.
James Anderson.
And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 14-5 run. Spates sets a screen. Livingston dishes to Iguodala. Iguodala draws the double.
I need defense.
Lots of room. And another basket for Golden State.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite.
I don't want to play this game. It's so bad.